How to grip the golf club. It's a question that I get asked all the time. It's super important. It's the only point of contact that you make with your club. So if you can have a really functional grip, you've got a good chance of good club face control, and you've got a good chance of good ball striking, and just generally more consistent golf. So how do we go about gripping the golf club? So let's just talk through it as if you've never held a golf club before. So what we want to try and start with is, as we address the ball, we want to make sure that the leading edge of the club, this is the leading edge here. What we want to try and do is, we want the palm of the left hand, the glove hand, pointing away from the target. We want the palm of the right hand to point towards the target. So essentially the hands are going to point towards. We don't want this look, we don't want that look. That's what we would see quite a lot. So as a starting point, we've got this leading edge square. The palm of the left hand is facing away from the target, the palm of the right hand is facing towards the target. If we go this way too much, that's us verging on a really strong grip when the hands are too far round to the right. If we go the other way, that's us verging on a very weak grip, which is when the hands are anti-clockwise. Both of these can work if you've got wrist angles to match, but if we're looking to try and get a neutral grip, that is what we're roughly looking for. From there, the best process that we can try and do is start with your glove hand, pinch your thumb close to your index finger, so you create this little gap. If you want to check that pinch, place a golf tee in between your thumb and your index finger. So there, tee inside and pinch. So that means we've got our thumb close to our index knuckle. That creates a V shape between the knuckle and the thumb. As a reference, when we're holding that club, we want the V shape between the knuckle and the thumb to head up towards our right shoulder. And if we do that, if we grip that club diagonally across the fingers, down this way across the fingers, and wrap that hand around, curl up the fingers, wrap it around, we should start to see this V shape to the right shoulder, and we should see 1, 2, and a little bit of your third knuckle. Any more than that and it's verging on too strong and maybe not too functional. Any weaker than that, again, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult, and again you would need wrist angles to match that. So we want to go here, we can see plenty of badge on the glove, 1, 2, 3 knuckles. That's us in a good position with the left hand. We've got this fleshy pad here sitting on top, and that's us in a good position with the left hand. From there, what we want to try and do is with the right hand is have it running through the fingers again, diagonally through the fingers. Here, we want this fleshy pad to go on top of your thumb, and again, if we take this tee out and place it in here, we want the thumb pinched up close to the index finger. Once we grip that club, that fleshy pad goes on top of the thumb. This V shape again points up to the right shoulder. There, through the fingers, we've got that pinched in, and we now have this V shape somewhere between the chest and the right shoulder. Once we're in that position, you've got different options. You can go for baseball. We can go for interlock, which is the index finger of your glove hand with the pinky of your right hand, and interlock those in. Then the other option that we've got, which is a slightly less common grip, is overlap. So we start with the 10-finger grip. Your pinky of your right hand overlaps the index of your glove hand, and that is you in that position. This is a neutral grip, so if you're someone who's never played golf before, want to know how to hold the club, really struggling with your grip, have some wrist angle issues or some club face issues, have some pain, this is ideal for you. So definitely try and get closer to a neutral grip. That is going to help you move the wrists the way that we want to, and that can really start to help you control the club face. What we quite often see, if someone's got a very, very strong grip and the palm is underneath with your right hand and the left hand's on top, there's certain ways that your wrists can't move. You lose range of motion. And likewise for the opposite. So if you get your left palm too far round and your right palm too far on top, Again, there's certain things that you can't do with your wrists which are going to cause some club face issues. One other question that I quite often get asked is grip placement. How far up or down should we hold the club? Generally, what we're looking for is we want to see a little bit of the grip hanging out from the hand. We don't want it to be down here. That's when you start getting lots of marks on your golf. That's when you start to get lots of marks on your glove. You're going to get a bit of damage, and you're just going to struggle with club face control. You're going to struggle with wrist angle issues as well. That doesn't feel like I'm in control at all. So generally we want to start, if we start with that lead hand through the fingers, wrapping it round, we're really looking for a small amount of the club overhanging. So the full palm and the full fingers are on that golf club. We've not got anything hanging off. Again, we're just going to lose control if we do that. So make sure that we've got a little bit sticking out. Holding down too much is going to reduce the distance that we hit it, so we don't want to hold down too far. So that's what we're kind of looking for, is about half an inch to an inch sticking out from down the side. That's how you get a neutral grip. So if you copy this guide, that's going to give you a good guide on how to hold the club. For anyone not so sure, interlock is obviously the most common. 10 finger is the most common with beginners. Overlap for people who generally have slightly bigger hands, that would be the most common one with bigger hands. Interlock can be a little bit fiddly if you've got really long fingers. So try out these different grips, find one that works for you, try and stick with it, and then if you've got a neutral grip and your ball still isn't going online, you start to see some shape on it, then there's maybe a strike issue or a slight club face issue, which you can check out some other videos to improve your club face control. Couple of things before you go, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's great for you guys. I can make even more content for you. It's really good for the channel. If you could click that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Couple of freebies for you before you go. If you click the description down below, there is a free weekly and monthly newsletter where you'll get lots and lots of free tips hitting your inbox. And there's also a free swing analysis via the Skillist app. So if you're looking for any coaching, if you want individual analysis, individual drills and video feedback for you to improve your game, click that link down below in the description, send across some videos of your golf swing, and I'll give you a lot of feedback on how you can improve your game. See you all next time, and thanks for watching.